Okay. All right. So we'd like to know what your business is and how it affects small businesses here in Glendora and surrounding cities, and how it can help small business owners.
Well, thank you for having us. My name is Doug Freimer from the law offices of Douglas A. Freimer. I'm an attorney and I represent small to medium-sized businesses. I like to say all of the same problems that General Motors has on a smaller scale. So that's everything from all business advising and contracts to litigation. Um, what I can speak to is what's affecting currently most of my clients. I'd say 20 to 30 of my clients. I can pool their sort of thoughts. What they're most worried about right now is rising costs. That would be utilities, rent, wage and hour, the employees. They don't want to downsize, so having two people having to cover the work of three. Um, this also spills over into real estate matters. So let's say you wanted to downsize or you wanted to relocate. I see a lot of this coming up. Things showing up on real properties, commercial and residential, old liens, old boundary problems. Back when people want to shut down their business or they want to move or they want to relocate and they move their residents with it, and then suddenly an emergency happens. So you'll see, uh, but back when boundaries were drawn, it was done on a map instead of with GPS, or old liens come up, and suddenly that's an emergency. So my biggest things that are affecting my clients are not just their business operations and having to handle that with rising costs and utilities and rent. Everything always goes up, and they don't want to raise their prices to their customers or their credit card chart fees on credit cards to their customers. But how do you make do? The ones that are surviving, and this is to the positive, are those that innovate. So I can speak to law firms. Law firms, you will see now downsizing the size of their office, but they have their attorneys all over the place. Courts do the same sort of thing. You go to a court now, and they want you to call in, they want you to Zoom, so it'll be a big screen TV in the courtroom, and everybody's face on it. And as matters are called, those disappear. So you have a lot of people calling in. My clients that are surviving are finding ways to innovate with various forms of social media, getting their message out there, maybe reducing the size of their dining area, but how their kitchen operates is different. They're forced into a learning curve, but they adjust, and our business owners find ways to innovate within their industry.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. My name is Timothy Moore. I'm with More Money Advisory. I'm a registered investment advisor, but I like to say I teach financial literacy. The, over the last 40 years, we've seen almost all asset classes significantly increase in value, while at that same time, the value of labor has decreased. When we look at real estate prices here in Glendora, Monrovia, Los Angeles, the working class today it's almost impossible to own real estate. And so, my opinion is we need another wealth creator, a wealth creation opportunity. And my beliefs are, instead of purchasing financial products, whether mutual funds, annuities, or index funds, we need to own companies, individual shares of companies that have a track record of creating wealth. And so those are companies like Amazon, Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft. The and so so I put together a course, and we have history, and it's been pretty incredible over the last 7 years. I started this in two. I began my career in finance on Wall Street in the 80s, but in 2017, as they say, I took the path less taken.
Right.
And so when you look at the cost of housing, the cost of utilities, everything costs so much more than it used to cost, but yet our paychecks are staying the same, our paychecks are dwindling. And so we post World War II, real estate was the wealth creator in America, especially in the large urban cities. And we need another wealth creation opportunity, another wealth creator, and that's what I do. And so I work with small businesses, work with employees, and we there is another message outside of financial products, and that's what I talk about. That's what my message. That's what my financial literacy is about.
I I love that. I love how your face lights up when you talk about it too. Both of you. That's great.
Good.
All right.
Hi, I'm John Bogdanov with Telworks. We act as really a broker or concierge of business technology and telecommunication services. Some of the things that are impacting small businesses are the same things that are impacting large businesses when it comes to technology. A couple of things that are going to be coming up over the next year. Definitely, you're going to hear a lot about AI. You're going to hear a lot about cybersecurity and all the attacks that are taking place. You're going to continue to hear about social media and digital marketing. And the struggle for especially smaller businesses is that they hear all these things, but they don't really know how to go about getting into any of these technologies or using these technologies in a way that's actually going to benefit their business. And a big part of that is because no one gets into business so that they can figure out things like digital marketing or how to implement AI or what's going to be the right cybersecurity solution for my business. So with that, there's lots of advice out there, and a lot of it's really good advice. Some of it's really terrible advice. The biggest issue, though, is getting the advice that's going to be specific to your business. Because yes, every business needs security. Every business needs marketing. Every business is probably going to have to figure out how to integrate AI as a tool into what they're doing. But within all of those, there's going to be a lot of different ways to do that. And so I think that's going to be one of the biggest struggles coming up, not just this year, but moving forward, is not getting just an implementation, but getting the right implementation that's going to be the right fit for your business.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it very much. So
Thank you.
does Glendora and the small business owners.